Nelson, Kyle Brandt, Tom Pelissero in a bright hoodie. Hey, sunshine.
Want to bring the sunshine indoors. Beautiful day in New York.
Is it? Look behind you. Are you lying? Hit a single, Anthony, if you can. Look at that. That's a live shot of New York. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, then you didn't need to wear the sun then.
Yeah.
You look like a giant honey bear. It's good. It's good to have you here.
Thanks. Good start, Kyle.
You're a honey bear at GMFB with your
Winnie
thoughts.
the Pooh.
Guys, we got our Football Outsiders Almanac.
Hey.
You know, training camp's just around the corner when you get one of these bad boys at the table as a present for you. It is time to talk preseason, training camp, headlines, everything you need to know on a Tuesday morning. Let's hit the lead block.
Lead block. Lead block.
Going with 3 weeks from now, guys. Take a look at your calendars. NFL Network carrying a record 23 live preseason games, including 8 Week 1 matchups starting on Thursday, August 12th, where rookie Mac Jones, or Mac and Cheese, as Cam Newton calls him, makes his debut against Washington. Bills, Lions, Cowboys, Cardinals on Friday. Then you have a quadruple header. What? On Saturday, Wentz versus Darnold, capping off that first week. And just a reminder, the only place you can see every single preseason game is, in fact, right here, only on NFL Network. So packed slate, as we can tell. We're excited about preseason action. A long time since we've seen real football. So who are we most excited to see take the field preseason week 1 on NFL Network, Sunshine?
I like those two quarterbacks.
Honey something?
We're seeing in the final game of the weekend. We're just going to do this the whole show, huh? That's totally fine. Carson Wentz, Sam Darnold, 2 reclamation projects, right? You've got the number 2 pick from the 2016 draft, the number 3 pick from the 2018 draft. Can we see the statistics for these 2 highly drafted quarterbacks in 2020? By any measure, this is bad. This is just bad. I know there's a lot going on there on horrific teams.
Not good.
But there's nothing that you can look at there and say, well, that's kind of the saving grace for these 2 guys. But now you take Carson Wentz, you get him back with Frank Reich and Mike Groh and Press Taylor going to Indianapolis. You take Darnold, put him with Joe Brady, who had such a big influence on Joe Burrow's career back at LSU. We'll see which of these guys can get it turned around. Who knows how much they play. It's a first preseason game. But certainly they're going to be 2 of the stories to watch because there's a reason they were drafted so high. They got a lot of talent. Let's see if somebody can bring it out of them.
I like that.
Love to see those 2 go. I want to see someone who has nothing to turn around. It was just all Bears, Dolphins. I want to see Justin Fields. And listen, maybe we will. It's really interesting because these preseason games, you know, you're supposed to see the backups, right? Well, isn't Justin Fields the backup quarterback? Weren't we told that very clearly? Is Matt Nagy going to play him? I have vivid memories. This is a weird memory. But I have vivid memories of Mitch Trubisky's first time preseason action as a Bears fan. And the place went nuts for him. Tom.
It was like unbelievable. All he did was bootlegs to the right.
It was so
just
athletic.
Throwing darts, and that was after Mike Glennon had maybe the worst 2 series of all time.
I love that you were boots on the ground for that because Trubisky came out and it was like Bo Jackson was playing quarterback. Can you imagine Justin Fields now? And I got to tell you, there's this other whole thing going on where this is at Soldier Field. There's a lot of major Chicago politics going on with Soldier Field. There's a sort of a rivalry between the mayor and the team, and they may move, and like that's subtext. And then Fields comes out. If he completes like a 6-yard little dump-off pass, the place will go nuts. Electricity in the building. Dolphins at Bears. Fields, Tua, who knows? Lot to see, Nate.
Yeah, I have a guy that's a little bit off the radar, but it's somebody that we fell in love with. And he's playing for the Los Angeles Rams. Now, here's the thing. He's going to help this squad go from the Commons to maybe the House of Lords. Why do I bring that up? Is because it reminds me of Parliament. Parliament, my favorite song. We want the funk. Let's give up the funk.
Gotta have that funk.
Well, give me the funk, baby.
Give me.
I'm a guy who's a very productive runner. Downhill, 1 cut back, and never, gets negative yards. I don't like to dance. I like to, keep the offense on track. I'm a very versatile player. I've played every single special teams in my career at Maryland, racked up 30 tackles in over 2 years on the, the coverage units. And I think that, within itself could be a weapon. You're going to get more than just a running back if you end up drafting me.
So you can hear us going crazy. You can hear us going wild because he was perfect during the interview. He said he's going to do it all. And that's the thing about preseason. You have to do it all. You have to be a guy that can play running back and then, of course, special teams. And what we do know about this interview, Sean McVay was watching it. And he said that it influenced him to draft Jake Fromm.
True story.
Now, here's the thing about preseason. Some of the starters might play a little bit. Some might not even touch the field. But the guys that are drafted late, Those are the guys that will play 4 quarters, that will be running around, flying around. And if you listen to anything that Jake Funk said on this show, he is going to give everything he got. If we do a fantasy draft this year, where we pick a guy that's going to do his thing through the course of the preseason,
you got Funk?
I'm going with Jake Funk, 100%. Watch out for this guy. He is going to have an impact, not just in the preseason. I will predict on special teams and also a little running back during the season.
Like he said, he's a great running back. He talked his way into a job.
He was so awesome.
The Rams, unbelievable. You want the Funk, I want the Lawrence. For 3 years, I've been hearing about this kid. Is there a higher anticipated rookie in the National Football League in the time that I've covered it? Probably not. Trevor Lawrence, guys, Saturday, August 14th, 7 p.m. on NFL Network. Not just Jacksonville, the entire country gets to see this kid finally out there. All the waiting, all the anticipation over. He will take the field. The Jaguars hosting the Browns for that game. I just can't wait to see. I mean, that crowd's going to be insane as they get a peek of their franchise quarterback. Your thoughts at GMFB as we roll on here. You know, Giants fans here in the New York area cannot wait to see superstar running back Saquon Barkley back on the field. Yeah, let's switch it up and talk about him. He tore his ACL last season. It was brutal. Will it be in the preseason? Will it be week 1? Saquon was asked yesterday a simple question. When are you going to be back? What is the timeline for your return?
I've been asked a lot. I guess that's the theme of this summer going to be when I'm going to be back. But no, I don't have an answer, to be honest. I'm not trying to, lead it up to it and stuff like that or build something up. I don't have an answer. It's a fun process, but it's a tough process at the same time. So just got to continue to listen to my body, listen to the trainers, listen to the coaches, and just take it day by day.
Is it at least safe to say, I mean, day 1, you're not going to be able to go full go, right?
I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll see.
Is he playing coy? Should we be slightly concerned with that answer? A little bit nebulous, vague from Saquon Barkley. He's so crucial to that offense, of course, especially to Daniel Jones and his future success in this league. Daniel Jones, of course, entering his 3rd year, and he's shown some flashes. He's made some mistakes as well. We all know about the turnover issues there. Will a healthy Saquon Barkley out there, hopefully by week 1, unlock something new in Daniel Jones in 2021?
Well, first off, Kay, the Giants have never put a timeline on Saquon Barkley. The goal has always been week 1 of the regular season, not day 1 of camp. So not a surprise that Saquon continues to be coy about exactly when he's going to be fully ready. This is a huge year for Daniel Jones. Any quarterback going into year 3, this is where teams have decisions to make. Are you the guy or are you not? Because economically in the NFL, you're managing the salary cap. You got a 5th-year option decision to make. When you look at all the additions that the Giants made in this offseason, it's very clear Dave Gettleman, Joe Judge are saying, okay, we don't know what Daniel Jones is right now. Let's get him some actual weapons since he was throwing to me and Kyle last year.
Right.
Yeah.
Kenny Golladay comes in. You draft Kadarius Toney in the 1st round. Kyle Rudolph, a veteran tight end who's been a red zone threat for a long time. You bring those players in. Just give him some weapons. Give him some guys to work with. Going all the way back to Duke, he didn't have anybody to throw to now, but he's so athletic. He is somebody who they really like, the leadership traits, the work ethic, all those things that he's shown. You just got to be able to produce on the field. Give him some weapons to do it.
Well, those guys are great, and those guys are appetizers and side items. The surf and turf is Saquon Barkley. Like, in terms of Daniel Jones, like, we got to have it. And I've said routinely, I think he's the most gifted running back in the league, in the world, on the planet. But I'm nervous about a knee injury. I'm nervous about it being coy. Here's what makes me feel a little bit better. Let's look at some guys who've had the same injury as Saquon and the very next year what they've done. Look at this. This is a glorious year. 2,000 fantasy running backs. Adrian Peterson wins the MVP the next year. Jamal Charles, 1,500. Jamal Lewis, 1,300. Deuce McAllister, 1,000. Ronnie Brown's showing up on the program today with 916. Guys, I feel fine showing Adrian Peterson, Jamal Lewis, because I think Saquon is that level of talent. And let's just remember, last year blows out his knee. The year before, injured almost the whole year. Rookie year Saquon was so stupid. This was his first game as a pro. Tom, you remember it? It's against Jacksonville. Like when Jacksonville was Jacksonville, like Duval ran right through him, one of the best runs of his season. That rookie year for Saquon was ballet. Look at this. This is maybe the Saquon that Daniel Jones is getting, that Daniel Jones has never played with. He's played for injured Saquon, hobbled Saquon, not this one. If he's back, if he's fully, if they're going to green light him, I still think he's the best running back in football, and he can go nuts this year. He can go 1,500 yards. He can.
I agree with you guys. You're talking about Saquon. You're talking about the pass catchers. I do believe they surrounded him with the right talent, so that we'll be able to unlock some potential that we haven't seen. Is it going to be easy? No, not at all. It is going to be more difficult to unlock than that first day using that combination padlock in middle school.
You're there all day.
It's ridiculous. It's click, click, click.
Then you got to go back left to pass zero.
What? It's so confusing.
I just left it up.
And you know what I think the combination is? I think it's 39.
Go on.
29. Yep. Then I think you got to land slowly on 17. What are those numbers? 39 giveaways, 29 fumbles, 17 of those fumbles lost. Those are the numbers that we have to fix. He can unlock the potential in Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones needs to lock up that ball and take care of it.
To just support what you guys are talking about this morning, Kyle, and to your point about the rookie season and what Saquon could do, I wanted efficiency numbers. Our brilliant researcher and producer, Matthew Hamilton, hooked me up with this staggering statistic about completion percentage among 35 qualified starters in the NFL last season. Daniel Jones was the bottom. He was the absolute bottom of the barrel here, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Because, yes, part of that is him missing some throws. Part of them is also not having a reliable, consistent weapon. And yes, adding some of these guys like Kenny Golladay are going to be huge, but it's really having a guy who can catch balls like Saquon can. 91 receptions his rookie year. We forget, Kyle. We're talking about his runs, his brilliant highlights. 91 receptions, so I feel like his presence is going to help take pressure off of Daniel Jones. You don't have to go downfield and be inefficient as much as you were. When you do miss some of those throws, have a reliable little safety net named Saquon Barkley through the air.
I remember even Odell completed a pass to Saquon in one of those passes. Yeah. I absolutely, and I think it goes underrated how well Saquon catches the ball. Look, I'll take Saquon before Kamara. I'll take him before Derrick Henry. I think he is that good. I really do.
Like as a running back on your team, or like?
If I have to pick a running back to be my franchise running back this season, all things health considered, I would take Saquon over everybody in the league.
Derrick Henry.
Everybody.
Kyle.
Yes.
Wow.
Everybody,
Wow.
mate.
I've done this before. We do this often. I'm going to ask
Everybody.
At the end of the week, I need your top 5 running backs for the season, okay? Homework assignment.
Just top 5 running backs.
Top 5 going into the season. Who you will go with to anchor your squad.
That's fine. I got you, baby.
Friday assignment.
The lock, I don't know. If you know, you know. Those kids these days, they never had to go through that lock. They probably have a sensor or a touchpad or something.
Did you do the thing where you put the first 2 numbers in so that when you had to go to lunch,
and then you could just pull it out.
The third one, you pull it down, then you grab it and go? I did that throughout, I think it was 6th grade, and one day, somebody had figured out what I was doing, yanked it off, stole everything out of my locker. Lunch, backpack, all gone. But that was the move. You want the good spot in the lunch?
You could do all 3, not just all 3, and you can just pull it right.
Right, exactly. Right there. Just twist it.
You just brought me back, baby.
More Good Morning Football on the way. Busy offseason.